Everyone knows you have potential. Your biggest thing is consistency. What is going to take for consistency this
Really just locking in on my management within between games and making sure I'm preparing the right way. Might not can't get through the 2 hour, 2.5 hour practices all super hard. I'm gonna go as hard as I can, but it's really about me getting the proper treatment and management within between games for me to make sure I can keep getting better and progressing
How
throughout the
healthy
season.
are you? Because I know health has been a big
Yeah.
reason. You hadn't been able to do it for
This is the healthiest I've been since I've been in school. I'm still working my way towards my 100%. My 100% is probably going to be 80, 90. So not there quite yet, but we're in the right direction. So I'm looking forward to making it to January and keep going forward versus, flatliner and going the other way.
Malcolm, Penny said that after you got that knee surgery and since then it's been kind of a mental thing with you, right? Like kind of trusting that knee and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
How do you battle that mental side of the recovery?
Well, I just, I want to make sure that, first I won't hurt myself again, because I done had a couple of procedures since I've been in school, just, being coming back too fast sometimes, and just trusting it. So I just want to be aware and smart this time, so I can last. I don't want to be injury prone. So basically, I just need my environment when I say something, because I'm not a complainer and I'm a hard worker. So I need the environment to trust me. If I say maybe I need to chill today, or do certain drills that I'm supposed to be doing or not. So it's really simple. It's not really that stressful.
Is that what it was though? It's about trust. Is that fair to say, or is it something else when it comes to the mental aspect of the injury?
Well, for me, I've been blessed enough to not really have to worry about certain things. It is a certain psychology that comes with people that hurt themselves or have, surgery. So I've been blessed enough not to really worry about it or question it. I just know that if I'm feeling a certain way and I'm 100, that's about my mental battle. That's about really is me knowing what I can do and not quite there yet, but it's not really more of a trust thing.
How did you feel Tuesday morning?
Tuesday, that was the day of the game. Day after the game. Smooth, a little sore, but not really nothing that was scary or anything. So I'm ready for next Tuesday.
What was the most gratifying thing about Monday, besides the win?
Mm-hmm.
What was the, I guess speaking from a personal
Yeah. Well, one was, I found out I played like 19 minutes, right on the verge of 20. Okay, that's even better. I haven't played like that since I've been in school, even though I'm used to, big dog minutes or whatever since high school. I haven't been able to do that since I've been in college. So, this is kind of like a fresh start for me. But it's fun to be able to keep progressing, and not have to go back in the opposite direction. So I'm just ready to keep moving forward, taking care of my body.
Hey, Malcolm, I heard a professional athlete said after an injury, the biggest thing is trying to get your mind to think that you may not be able to do the things you did before the injury, then keeping that mindset. So how do you balance being able to do the best you can with what you got, considering this, you might not be the same person before the injury?
Yeah, I balance that by just working extra hard on the court. Behind the scenes, I come up here late hours. First went to the gym early before people, last one to leave, or come back up here later when nobody's here, just to do certain treatments, certain work, to make sure that I don't have that on my conscience. I'm trying to always work back into doing everything I can and better, and I'm feeling better, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it just takes extra preparation, so you gotta be dedicated.
Malcolm, with other guys on the team also, kind of dealing with injuries, y'all, I guess collectively just say, hey, y'all want to meet up and take care of this, and this, or what?
Yeah, I mean, we make sure each other's taken care of. We got a good people around us that come down here, Ed Downs, Kevin O's, Gerald, and we talk as a group to make sure that everybody's getting taken care of the proper way. So we are definitely taking care of each other. We check in on each other daily, see how we're feeling, because we know that as we get closer, especially with this older team, we know that everybody has been through some things, so it's about taking care of each other and understanding each other. So that's what we're really working a lot on.
How much different did the other night, one game in, but how much different did that feel than other teams you've been a part of here?
That was definitely a difference because we're such a veteran team this year, and you know my last couple of teams, including the class that I came with, was very young, so it definitely felt more mature on the court. You know, it wasn't the same nerves from the first couple of years. It was more of a, you know, let's get the first game out the way, but not do we have this type of emotion because we got so many great seniors and great veteranship that the trust is there.
And you guys for St. Louis, what has stood out to you guys on the scouting report?
We really haven't even, I feel like it's early for St. Louis. I think we'll work on them today, but what I try to teach and just keep enforcing on the team is worrying about ourselves. If we follow our principles and do what we need to do as a team, you know, it can be the #1 team in the world or, you know, our next opponent. But as long as we're doing the things we need to do, I feel like I trust this environment, our program, to go out there and win every game because we know we have each other's back.
Hey, Malcolm, you got a taste of NCAA pie.
Mhm.
You got to win. So how did that experience, you know, make sure you do the thing this year so you don't have to struggle
Yep.
at the end and have all that extra pressure of doing well at the end this season?
Yeah, we're definitely working on that early because we're a veteran team. You know, teams, the players that we have seen people go, have seen teams they play go, they know people that went. So it's like, it's a big plus for us because we already know kind of what it takes to get there, especially with players that's been me, Alo, Dre, who was on the team last year, who went and had to perform. So it's easy with that veteranship, you know, with the right guidance to go ahead and kind of start enforcing what's actually important for us to get further than last year.
Malcolm, obviously this is the kind of last dance, last ride with you and the East guys, and you
Yep.
lost with Alo and Jaden. Have you thought about that a lot? And what's y'all's journey been like to this point to get to now?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thought about it a lot because it's been a long time. You know, we've been around each other. You know, we didn't have challenge the first 2 years or the Lawson brothers, but it's just been in and out. You know, it's fun, but we're just one game at a time, 1 week right now. We're trying to enjoy the time while it lasts. You know, I think we'll worry about that a little later.
Is there extra motivation to kind of finish this thing the right
Yeah,
way?
most definitely. We're so used to winning, so we love winning together, and you know that's the goal at the end of the day is to make sure we accomplish things on this level.
Speaking of Alo, how much of a luxury is it to have him do what he did on the last year?
Yeah, Alo, he had a double-double. I think he played the most minutes too on the team, and that's big for him. You know, with him recovering still from his procedure as well. So it's just a blessing to have him on the court because, you know, he's still healing. That's just a miracle. So it's very pleasing and makes everybody's heart in this program should to just be able to have Lomax still on our team and producing at the rate he's doing.
Malcolm, you had a hard fall on Monday. Are you still feeling any pain for that?
No, I don't think so. I'm just preparing for Tuesday. I don't even remember how I feel, but I don't think anything's bothering me from that game.
Malcolm, Penny,
Last one.
Penny kind of alluded to maybe a conversation you had with him this offseason that sounds like you initiated, kind of saying that you were going to go the hardest you've ever gone
Yeah.
you know, for this program.
Yes.
What made you kind of initiate that conversation and kind of vocalize that?
Yeah, I mean, with my senior year approaching and me not having, and just getting a taste of the NCAA as well, you know, I wanted to have a great year because I feel like I haven't been able to do what I'm capable of since I've been in school, you know, whether that was physically holding me back or mentally. So, you know, with a lot of great opportunities popping up, you know, at the end, I just wanted to talk to the head coach and let him know that, you know, if we're gonna get this thing done, these are the terms. Basically, we need to make sure that this is understood by both of us that, you know, no games can be played this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
AKD, you had a couple of exhibition games with the Tigers, so how was it going out there for real as a Tiger for the first time, man?
Man, it feel good. Got a chance to see both sides, the home and the away Tiger fans. And I'm just grateful, just soaking it all in. Still got a long ways to go, but it's been fun so far.
Kendrick, I overheard someone saying to you as you were walking off the court the other night, something to the effect of, KD, that's crazy you played, man. Like, that's really crazy. Like, how much of a fight was it for you to play on Monday night?
Man, it was big. I didn't practice in 2 weeks. I practiced the day before the game, so I didn't get a chance to really get a rhythm 5-on-5 as much. It was super hot. My ankle wasn't 100%, so I was just battling, but I had to battle through it. Wasn't no excuse to be made, and I'm just glad we got it done.
Penny also said that I guess you injured your ankle 3 different times just in the preseason. So with that already, do you think that's something that's going to be lingering the rest of the season, or how you feeling today?
No, I think the first time I injured it, we was at practice. I shot a 3 and it came down underneath me, and it just been like a little nagging injury. Once it's past me, it's gonna be past me. It's not something I dealt with forever. It just, ankle's tricky. It can linger, and then once it go away. So hopefully in the next couple of days it'll be gone.
Kendrick, for you not to have practice for a week leading up to the Vanderbilt game, man, you and Alo look good together. How do you kind of make sure y'all on the same page leading up to the Vanderbilt game without being on the court that whole week together? Like, what does that take?
Like I told Alo, just bring what you bring to the table. I think a lot of people would make a big deal out of it, but if you go look at my previous years at SMU, I always played in the 2-guard lineup because I could shoot the ball. So I tell him he don't have to be able to shoot it because I can. I can score on all 3 levels. So just play your game, and I'll find me. Like, I'm not worried. Everybody in the locker room know that. So just him bringing that defensive toughness, 10 rebounds, that show toughness there. Everybody know the grit he bring defensively. That's what we need from him. So the rest will take care of itself.
How did you feel about just how first game together, veteran group, just how cohesive and together everything felt? Was it where you thought it would be, or what?
Yeah, actually, I'd be lying to you if I told you I thought we'd look that good. We've been Alo ankle, my ankle, Malcolm knee, Dre back. So, it's kind of been, ups and downs. But the good thing about it is I played against them for so long. They actually know my game, and I kind of know theirs. So, we all know what each other can do. It's not like we trying to get to know each other. We've been knowing each other for 3-4 years now, playing against each other. So we know what Alo brings. We know what I bring. So it's kind of like a cheat code a little bit when you get to play against them over 10 times. So, I was a little surprised, but not really.
When the game actually tipped off, obviously you've been on the opposing bench with those guys, but when you realize everybody was in the same jersey and y'all represent the same university, did it kind of set in for you like, dang, I'm actually playing with them now?
Yeah, it did. I got a couple texts from my SMU people. I ain't gonna say no names, but a couple big time people at SMU, like, man, it just feel weird. It did a little bit, like just putting on that blue. I would have never thought I'd be here. Like, for the longest, I wanted to beat Memphis for so long, so it felt weird putting on that blue for a little bit. Even the text messages I got, like, man, it don't look right now. Maybe later on in the season it would, but I'm thankful for it. It looked good on me, everybody said, though. It just didn't look right. But this my home, so I'm glad to be here, though.
Hey, KD, Penny said once the team started hitting threes, it could be incredible, but they look really good without it. What is the ceiling for this team when y'all playing the way y'all can pick a team?
National championship. We got a bunch of, a team built for that. Bunch of older guys. I feel like I'm the best point guard in the country, and you know, guards win games. So, I mean, no knock to Jalen Sheed and Marcus Sasser, but I think me and Alex is just as good as them two, and they preseason number 3 respectfully. But I think we just as good as them. It's just about showing it. I know Memphis done had some talented teams and kind of, you know, started out slow, so we trying to change that narrative and just, you know, be one of the best backcourts in the country.
What was the vibes when they arrived home after the first one?
I mean, we was happy, but not too much. I mean, we expected to win. I mean, every game we go in, we feel like we expect to win. So it wasn't a surprise, but I mean, anytime you get it done on the road, they had a little fan base. Actually, was talking to Stackhouse after the game. Played them 2 years ago at their gym. We won. Then I played them last year with Scotty, and we won. You know, we was able to get it done again this year. I'm glad I don't got to see your ass no more. So, I mean, we was happy, but we expected to get it done.
Are you the type of point guard that likes to look at film at the next opponent? Like St. Louis coming up, have you already went over film and you just wait for coach?
I do a little bit, not too much. I just feel like, no disrespect, I'm a bad mother, so I don't need to really. I feel like if I play my game, what I'm watching, you know, I respect everybody, so I don't need to watch nobody to respect them less or respect them more. I just feel like I know what's coming. I know they got a good guard in Collins, Yuri, but I feel like I'm good too, so I'm ready for that.
You said you played Vandy 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Was Monday the worst it was in terms of the heat without?
Yeah, well, last year we played at SMU, but the year before last, it was a home. We played them. I don't remember it being that hot. I told Stackhouse, I think they did that on purpose. Cause I would have remembered. You remember heat like that. I don't remember that, but I'm glad we got it done and got healthy out of there.
The AirPods, you gave everybody on the team.
Yeah, I got everybody on the team AirPods so we can lock in and get it done.
How did that come? Is that like an NIL thing?
Yeah, I had like a little NIL deal with Apple, so I just, want to take care of the team, make sure nobody, play around on the bus. It was business, so I wanted everybody to be locked in, everybody, whatever motivate them, whether it's on the phone with your AirPods, listen to music, video, movie, so yeah, I got everybody, so. Yep, appreciate y'all.
It's okay to sit right here? That's okay?
Yes, sir.
Coach, after looking at the film, what's your assessment? I know you made an assessment after the game, but when you go look at the film, you can actually see what you can see without the emotion just pouring raw out. What do you see from the team? Both positive, what's the negative?
Well, what was positive is that we haven't had a full group on the floor ever. Somebody's always on the sideline, someone's always hurt, injured, and we're never able to get a complete group. To see that group go in there without having the chemistry, you make the chemistry in practice and fight in that environment. You were there. It was hot. They started cramping in the first 5 or 6 minutes, but they fought through, and to get that victory on the road was, that was the great stuff. The bad stuff in the second half, we kind of got a little lax in some areas. They knocked down some big threes. They were 10 for 15 from 3. Other than that, at the end of the game, didn't finish it the way we should have on protecting the ball and getting it up the court and getting fouled. But those are small things compared to what we did. It was a major game.
Coach, what's the specific reason why Jonathan Lawson didn't play Monday?
The rotation just didn't have him in the rotation, man. I don't get into that anymore. That's the one thing that I think that's really, and that's not just with Jonathan because I trained Jonathan and worked Jonathan out and I'm getting him prepared. I don't get into that anymore. I play the game how I see it. And I don't try to play sympathy. I feel like I've subbed in the past because of knowing the kid or sympathy, like go out and get you a couple minutes. And that just isn't right for the team, for me. I got to coach the way I see it. In that game, I just saw the guards, how they were playing, and I kept it that way. That doesn't mean that he's not going to play this year. It's just in that game, that's how I played. Same thing with KO not playing in the second half.
That was the bus ride back.
Oh, it was great because we got a W. I think if we can just keep everybody focused on team and stay locked in and just keep making the minor adjustments weekly, we're going to be okay.
And I see the keys back. Are those same keys from a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I started wearing mine again. I didn't, this is mine. I got these like, I think 3 or 4 years ago. And I still had some left over in my locker, and I just put it on. Yep, it's the key that has Believe on it. I've always believed, but this key's still from like 3 or 4 years ago.
As you prepare for St. Louis, what has stood out to you about their team?
That they have a really good guard, and they got some nice scorers and shooters. Yuri is top 5 guard in the country when it comes to being a pure leader, pure point guard. Had 14 assists, probably should have had 17 or 18. He understands that system, and he's very tough. And you know, Perkins he didn't play last year, but I saw him play the year before. Very high energy, can score it, really good. So, you know, that's why we asked for these games. You know, we wanted to test ourselves to see where we are, and you go from one tough game to the next, and that's what I wanted.
Kelvin Williams up there? Kelvin Williams?
Man, Kendrick has not practiced. Alo is limited. Malcolm is limited. DeAndre is limited. Elijah is limited. Keontae with a wrist. That's been going on forever. And then you got Darius Jacobs on the sideline injured. Connor Glennon injured. Ian is injured. They had all those injuries. So we get the guys that we do get on the court, we just try to do skill work and do some type of development, and then have the other guys watch.
Penny, I was asking Malcolm about this, but you know, with you and the East guys, you know, last dance, last ride, that's something you gave a lot of thought to this offseason? That's something you get sentimental about?
I haven't even given it much thought, but these guys have been with me a while, and they understand that, you know, what it takes, and I'm leaning on them a lot because they know the system. And this is the last time around, man. It's going to be a great year for us because we've been together a long time. And with this coming to an end, it's the end of a great era because I've won a lot of games with those kids, with those guys. So it's definitely still blessed to have them one more year.
And then when this team, your team, are playing loose, they play with some of the best basketball in the country. What is it going to take for them to lose for?
I think the biggest thing is never let negativity come from the outside to get in your head about a teammate, about a coaching staff, about our culture. I think if you can just stay solid with your brothers and with the family inside of this building, I think everything else will take care of itself because we're teaching well enough, they're being receptive, they're a very close unit. Just got to stay together. We stay together, man, we can accomplish anything.
What was the vibes coming from Coach Farad after the win?
Coach is very excited, man. You know, it doesn't matter if it was the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do to be let go of or whatever, because Coach Stackhouse he has the choice to be whoever on his staff. You know when you go back and play against the whole team and you were fired, that's a little more incentive for you to win. And when he won, it just gives him a little bit of gratification. I don't think it's ad stack, but that's just a natural feeling. You want to beat the team that let you go. That's like how it was in the NBA when you got traded. You went back to that team, you wanted to beat them, you wanted to have a good game.
I'm sorry, he was fired for that?
I'm just saying, I don't know if he was fired. He was let go of, whatever you want to say. He's not there anymore.
I thought he accepted it.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying if you're not there anymore. If I use the wrong words, excuse me, because I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Coach, you know, going back to, you know, you and Jerry playing in the NBA, and, you know, you're not suited up on the court, so how does that competitive nature kind of change, though you're trying to guide some guys and make them go out there and win, you know?
Yeah, the competitive nature never leaves. It's just you're not out there. But what burns in you still burns, and that's how you teach your teams. And I have a lot of respect for Jerry. He's won, you know, the G League title, and now he's building. You know, he's just like me. He's building his brand and his team and his culture, and he's done a phenomenal job. But he has those guys competing because it's just in us. Same way with my guys. When you played at the highest level and you got there had to be something in you to get you there. So we're just giving that knowledge to our team.
Penny, Jerry said that, I think you and him had talked about a mid-season tournament with former NBA stars and head coaches. What was that conversation like, and why did it not gain traction, do you think?
Yeah, I went to Jerry and said, hey man, would you like to play us, Georgetown and Michigan in a game, former athletes in a game? And I talked to Pat about it, I talked to Juwan about it, and it just never came together, but I would love to get that done.
Would you think that would be a good supplement with, you know, the series with Tennessee? No.
That would be, I think so. I mean, nothing can replace Tennessee as far as from the in-state rivalry. The Vanderbilt rivalry is great, but Tennessee and Memphis is just deeper. And but you can definitely have supplemented a little bit with Michigan, Vanderbilt, ourselves, and Georgetown.
We were just talking to Kendrick, and he was asked about St. Louis's guard, and his quote was, "No disrespect to them, I'm a bad MFer." Monday, you know what he fought through, and the way he still controlled the game and whatnot. Was that really almost a wake-up call? I know you played against him for a while, but to see it on your side, the way that he controlled that game, knowing what he fought through, was that kind of like a...
Well, I saw it back in June, he twisted his ankle really badly. He took a jump shot, Elijah McCann contested, and he came down on his foot. I thought he was gonna be out a month. He came back in like a week. Following week, had a similar thing happen, same ankle, out. I think he's gonna be out a couple weeks. He was only out like maybe 8 days. And then this one, he was only out a week, where he stepped on another guy's foot with the other ankle. So his toughness is unmatched, and his heart is huge. So when it comes to other guards, he respects them, but he's like, okay, he's gonna have to respect me too. So we have much respect for Yuri. He's an unbelievable guard, but I love the confidence that KD has in himself, and to be able to go in there and play against a guard who guarded him. That guard had played pretty good defense against him the entire game and tested the ankle the entire game. I'm thinking at about 90%. I'm thinking that just shows who he is.
The Mario update, I know it's going to be 3 days or 3 weeks.
No update yet, man. We're hoping before tomorrow, man. Definitely before Monday.
Coach, what about Jamar Young's situation? Is he in the same limbo as far as still waiting?
Yeah, Jamar's in the same situation, man. Just waiting. You know, both those guys are very influential in what we do in practice. They are. They're huge parts of who we are and our culture, and to see that every day and not be able to have it on the court in the games is a big teaser. But the guys are holding them up while they're out.
Do you feel like you're still experimenting with the starting five, or do you feel like you got your five?
No, I feel like I have the five. I mean, the way that they fought, that's all you want, man. You want that group that went out there and started, and the guys that came off the bench, they just fought. But the starting group, they showed me something in that environment.
Penny, I know you're still playing the waiting game, but is there confidence that Demario will be cleared by November 20th, the home opener?
Yeah, I'm gonna speak it into existence, honestly. I know that, you know, with everything that's happening to him, with the mental health side, that, you know, the things that he had to go through with the rest of the family, and, you know, we'll see how it goes. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
You're welcome.